Welcome back to Expediting Change live at the CBCF Congressional Black Caucus. Expediting Change is here to bring you information about financial education because, in order to affect change in policy through activism and advocacy, you need to have the dollars because money equals power. I'm here today with my guest, who we're going to allow introduce himself, and also my co-host, who's going to kill it today, as I already know, because he lit and live and ready. I'm going to allow both of them to introduce themselves, starting with Sam Hill.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sam Hill, founder and president of Success in Me. Thank you so much for the invite. I can't wait to have this conversation.
For sure.
All right. What's going on, everybody? My name is St. James, a.k.a. the uncle of the internet, and I'm super happy to be here. I am a financial educator based out of Western New York, and I'm here to teach all of you how to develop generational wealth forever and ever.
Out of Western, you from Buffalo.
I'm from Buffalo.
I feel like we need crews when we do this. We gotta have overlay Benny or something like or Conway or something like that. Let's get right into it, though, y'all.
So my first question.
Actually, no. I got a question for y'all. Listen.
I'm the
Who
co-host.
podcast is this?
I've got a question.
Now he's
Actually,
starting the question.
I've got a question for both of y'all. Actually,
No, you're not gonna big homie me right now, man. I'm the co-host.
All right, you go first.
I'm going
You go first.
Yeah,
And then
we'll
got a
get to it.
All right,
Yeah.
I got
My
it.
question.
No, for both of y'all.
My question is, what type of fruit and berries y'all got in your hair? Like what am I missing?
Yo, just water, baby.
That's what it is?
It's natural. Just curl up.
You know, I got Indian in my family.
That's what it
You
is?
already know.
Okay,
You already know.
Indigenous all day.
That's
baby.
what it is.
All
Oh,
day.
all right.
Exactly,
All right.
exactly.
Okay.
So-
I had to get that out.
So I got a
Okay.
question for y'all, big time though. And
Wait, you put the question on your phone?
no. I
Oh, he
didn't
over
put it
there
on my phone.
cheating. He over there
I'm not
chat
even
GPT.
cheating.
He
I'm
over
not
there
even
using chat.
cheating. I'm not even
fool.
cheating.
It's
I
like the
promise.
debate. You can't have no notes.
I got the earpiece
No
in.
teleprompter.
All right, no problem. Watch this though. Watch this. I was gonna go live, but
No,
it's
you
all
can do
good.
that. Go
No,
ahead.
I don't got time for it. I got
You
time.
want to go live?
Yeah, we'll go
We
live.
live at CBC.
We live already. We already live. Okay,
Go
so
double live.
yeah, all right, we'll go double live because we only
Go
got so
double
much
live.
time. But the key
You got
thing
a
I want,
kickstand?
no, I ain't got nothing.
Oh, so you just gonna hold it?
Yeah,
Okay.
buddy, we're gonna do something though. But anyways,
Welcome
we don't got
to
too much
Expediting
time.
Change live.
Exactly.
At the
exactly.
CBC.
All right, I don't
At the
got time to
CBC.
figure it out. Anyways, so Sam, Mari,
Yeah.
when was the last time you guys bought new underwear?
New underwear?
New underwear.
Yeah.
New dress. When was the
Hey,
last
yo,
time? Be
I-
honest.
I thought
Be
my
honest.
Welcome to Expediting
I
Change.
thought my
bruh.
question was gonna be
We're
crazy.
talking finance. Wait, is this a financial education question?
Might be, but you have to answer the question
The
first.
last time I bought new underwear was probably a week or so ago.
A week or so ago. What about you, Sam?
I actually would say 3 weeks.
3 weeks ago. Wonderful. All right. And TT, we got you in the building. So when was the last time you bought lipstick? TT don't know. 2 months ago. So
See, off camera. TT came off camera.
all right. So TT also said that it was about 2 months ago. And the reason why I asked those questions is even though it seems like it's outer space,
Yeah.
this weird guy you may know, his name is Alan Greenspan.
Okay.
And he actually came up with an unconventional method of measuring the strength of the economy. And it's literally called the Men's Underwear Index.
I like that.
All right. And then Estee, one of the heads of Estee Lauder at one point also came up with a premise of the women's lipstick index as well. So
how
I'll explain
often
it.
is being bought?
So what it does is men, as a just societal habit, what they will do is they will hold on to their underwear for as long as possible.
No, not me.
Not you. Okay.
Not me.
But men in general. And as a result, they say, well, when men buy more underwear,
Yeah.
what that means is that the economy is actually doing pretty good.
Mm.
And when women buy more lipstick, and not just lipstick, but high-end lipstick,
Mm.
that means that the economy is doing better.
Okay.
So as of the end of 2023,
Yeah.
despite everything we've heard about inflation, despite
Yeah.
everything that we've heard about this person versus that person, there has been a 20% jump
In underwear?
in men's underwear
Oh no.
Wait,
as
the-
opposed to anything else.
but do we factor in, or is it too granular type of underwear? Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that it's just tighty whities. I mean,
Oh,
boxers
no.
don't count.
Don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing a
Don't do
Speedo right now because I'm going to go swimming in the reflecting pool. No, I'm not.
Yo.
Yes, I am.
Get arrested. I got nothing for you. I gotta
All
go
right.
home, bro.
Sam, hold bail money for
That's,
me.
that's
Oh,
federal,
no.
too.
Oh, shoot. Oh, the
That's
feds?
federal.
Oh, no, never
Nah,
mind.
don't
Never
do
mind.
that.
Listen. Whoever gets elected, don't get me
So
arrested.
does this still exist? This index?
It still exists to this day, and it is
Okay.
an informal way of measuring the economy. And with women, the way that it's reflected is while women will always buy lipstick, no matter what, recession, depression,
Yep.
or the most affluent times ever, what
Yep.
will happen is that women will buy lipstick, but the level and expense of the lipstick
Go up and down.
fluctuates.
Yep.
So you may go to Dollar Tree when it's a real recession.
I hope nobody buying lipstick from Dollar Tree.
Listen, people
Lips,
got to
do
do.
they sell
do.
lipstick at Dollar Tree?
I
You're
don't
gonna
know.
come
I
away
don't
with some
know.
bumps.
I looked
What?
at you like you know.
No, like you
I
know.
looked at you like you know, right? Right.
Alright,
Cake
am I
store.
pretty
I know it's gonna mess with my marriage if I go and get some lipstick from Dollar
It's
Tree. I
a
know
wrap, bro.
Exactly. So that's
My
one of the
daughter
things
ain't
that
even
we
going
look
for it.
at. Yeah, okay, good.
No.
So TT saying she's not going to get anything from Dollar Tree. But why does that turn into economic empowerment? Because we have to look at some of these things. When people are on a budget,
Yeah,
they need to measure their dollars.
yeah.
And some people, one of the things that's holding them back more than anything, if you listen to my homie Chris Cobb, shout out to Chris Cobb down in Houston,
Okay.
he was like, look, if you don't know how to budget, it is no wonder why you are financially struggling, because you cannot account. You have zero accountability to yourself, to your spouse,
Yeah.
and more importantly, to your wallet.
But so good point.
Mhm.
Budgeting is really, really, really difficult for some people, for some cultures,
Yes.
because of the systematic oppression and not teaching budgeting skills,
Right.
which Volley Up, Success in Me does, and their entrepreneurship course teaches budgeting. So, how do you recommend? Like, nobody wants to sit down and learn how to budget. We live?
Yeah, I'm trying to go live, but it ain't
You
gonna happen.
holding,
Ain't
it's
gonna-
not working.
All right.
So how you gonna convince me, who not me, not Shamari,
Right.
but
The diaspora,
yeah,
the ethos, the
Yeah.
culture.
like budget? What does that mean?
So
And
budget.
it's not cool balling on a budget. Like, we've made budgeting
Mhm.
uncool.
Right. Right.
So,
So
how that started.
why should we budget? Okay.
I know why we should budget.
Mm-hmm.
How do you convince folks about the necessity of budgeting and sticking and adhering to a budget?
So I can give you the short answer,
For sure.
because it is actually cool, right? You tell people, look, if success leaves clues, just follow them.
For sure.
But some people, I'm not ready for that. Well, start at incremental steps, okay? Instead of you putting yourself on a budget or your household on a budget, maybe you just have a car budget, how much you're going to invest or spend generally on your car, or
For sure.
how much did I bring in and how much did I take out?
For sure.
And just do sweeping changes. Okay, my mortgage, my principal, insurance, taxes, and interest is
Yeah.
all of this. And in a big fashion, this is,
Yeah.
and that's what I work with. Or is in terms of disposable income and keeping track of every single thing that you purchase with your disposable income. You literally, I did this myself. I put all of my disposable income for the month in one envelope.
You're rich though. You privileged.
Sam,
I might
don't
not
you,
have disposable income.
Sam, don't you rob me. I know about you. You from the east side too. Don't you rob me. But the thing is that rich
Yeah.
is only a mind state. There are doctors, lawyers, engineers who are one paycheck away
Oh, absolutely.
from being flat broke. So,
Absolutely.
but by comparison,
Absolutely.
they're going to still be like, yeah, this guy is rich. He makes 150, 250,
Absolutely.
$500,000. But the thing is that they are a few dollars away, because sometimes their spending is they get this thing in their head. It has to be commensurate with this life that they've created for
No doubt.
themselves.
No
They
doubt.
need to have, 24s. I don't know if that's still a thing, but they need to have 3 cars,
Yeah.
one for each shoe and
Yeah.
one for the side chick.
No
You know what I'm
doubt.
saying? They want to still live beyond their means, and they're like, well, man, if I just hold it together a little bit more, if I work a little bit more overtime, then what will happen is I will be able to be this financially affluent person that I dream myself to be. Meanwhile, and we have to keep in mind that it is always perspective, because who's really the wealthy person? The man who lives on the beach in Panama, whose living cost is only $20,000 a year,
For sure.
but he makes $30,000 a year.
For sure.
Or the lawyer who lives in San Francisco or New York City or LA,
Yeah.
who makes $1 million a year,
Yeah.
but his living expenses
Yeah.
is 1,100,000 a year.
So how do you bring that down though, right? Because I fundamentally agree.
I bet you.
Fundamentally. But when you start talking $1 million a year and disposable income is no disrespect, because people seem
Yeah.
to take this disrespectfully quite often. That's a conversation from a point of privilege.
Okay.
when I'm living paycheck to paycheck
Yes.
for real, and I know that, and I don't make $1 million,
Right.
how do I make that a priority? Because right now, priority, what is it? Maslow laws, what is it?
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah,
Hierarchy of
y'all
needs.
so smart.
Mhm.
Like, how do you get me to then think about more than, and again, systematic oppression is real.
Yes, it is.
Because if I'm thinking about my next meal, I'm thinking about food,
Right.
thinking about how I'm going to get to work, I'm not thinking about budgeting.
Right. So there's a number of ways to go about this. One, what is the stage that you're setting up for yourself? I understand sometimes we have kids that we have to feed and clothe and provide shelter for. And sometimes even paying for childcare can be cost prohibitive.
Absolutely.
If you work an overtime job, all that overtime could be going to childcare. So you are right back in the rut
Absolutely.
that you just started in.
Absolutely.
So now you're getting you know what. I don't want to curse on your podcast today.
We can curse here.
Okay,
We can
so
curse,
that's
even though we live at CBC.
All right, so that's one of the things, but you have to say, okay, how can I adopt a wealthy mindset?
Yeah.
How can I take at least a portion of my dollars to make a little bit more and just keep it growing? How can I find opportunities to make even that small bit of disposable income be able to grow?
Yeah.
Without that, those seeds cannot change. Trust me. For somebody who was like living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't told you guys this. I was working 50 hours at a dealership.
Yeah.
50 hours.
Yep.
I worked on average, it was up to 10 hours a day, 5 days, and then drove Uber till 2 a.m. at night, 3 days a week. And the numbers were still not coming together. So what I said is, wait a minute, I'm exchanging all my time for money.
Absolutely.
And it is not working because it is keeping me that cap on me.
Absolutely.
So what is it that's something that can do? Well, I can learn how to trade. I can learn how to edit. I can learn a high income skill that utilizes more of my cerebellum than it does my actual physique.
So question. So actually, I want you to answer this question as well too.
Mm-hmm.
What I know you co-hosting, but I'm interested in your thoughts on this. But first, James, so was it the struggle that created that thought to get to that wealth mindset? Because I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have an open mindset, can't have a fixed mindset.
Right.
And then you labor over top of that growth mindset, how I can be wealthy. And whatever wealth means to you, because wealth doesn't necessarily mean I'm getting millions of dollars.
No.
But I just want more of my time back.
Mm-hmm.
So what flipped the switch for you? Was it because you were driving Uber and somebody was smoking weed in your car or something? What happened?
No,
were you traumatized?
Yes, I was traumatized.
Okay,
no, I was traumatized. Dead ass. Here's what I got traumatized by. I watched way too many people who are way less sophisticated than me make way more than I did.
I respect that. Say that one more time.
I saw way too many people who were less sophisticated than I was make way more in money than I did.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I always have been around people who were financially and scholastically affluent.
Nice.
I'm going to make that, I'm going to put it down to the East Side level. Now, I don't even want to knock on the East Side, on a simpler level. I was around people who was getting it.
You're about to catch beef on that.
I know.
I'm glad you cleaned that up.
Exactly. Let me clean that up. I was always around people, or I was adjacent to people who were always getting it.
For sure.
You know, by whatever means that they could. Some of it clean, some of it dirty, but they always had a bigger plan.
Yeah.
So I always said, like, look, I got to do that. And if I adopt this wealth mindset, then it'll be awesome. So question, when you are around that and you are about that, you have to, now you want to start expressing it. Did I ever tell you the story about why my name is St. James?
No, but before you tell that story, I'm not letting Sam off the hook.
Okay.
Do you call it wealth mindset? Like, what is it in you intrinsically? Because I also believe, to that same point, I don't think it's something you can teach. I think you can teach people how to budget, but you can only show them what a wealth mindset looks like and the benefits of it. So that's intrinsic.
So for me, it's a very difficult and tricky question to answer. Here's why. If somebody was to kind of ask me the question now, I say, I do it for my family.
True.
But I have a mentor
that
I've been around before I was even married. So then she called me out and said, you're lying, because that was in you before you were married and your kids came.
Right.
So I haven't really been able to pinpoint it.
Yeah.
But what I know is when I see it, when I feel it,
Yeah.
Right.
I have to go get it.
So, come on.
Right.
And
Come on.
in a corporate setting earlier on in my career, it was the same as you driving like the Uber.
Mhm.
I saw people in leadership roles having higher salaries,
Yes.
managing more people, and I looked at them and said, if they
Ain't
can
better
do
than
it,
me.
man, they're
Ain't
not better than me. So if they can do it, that means I can do it.
Yeah.
And then from there on, that's that.
You
And
ready? I
and
pinpointed it.
And before
I
you
got
say
it.
that,
Okay.
I took it from an even, I don't know, whatever crazier angle. Not if they can do it, I can do it.
Mhm.
I can't fuck it up no worse than they fucking it up already.
Yeah.
I can't do no worse than what they doing.
Right.
Right.
So I might as well run it up. I might as well run at it.
Right.
But go ahead. I cut
But
you
but
off.
coming back to where you knowing you guys for some time, I think one of the inherent traits, one of the things that's very integral, what it has to be inside of you, what's going to put that dog in you in the first place,
Yeah,
is your self-worth.
for sure.
If you only feel that you are a $9.95 or whatever minimum wage is right now, if you are only a $20 an hour person,
Yeah.
and no shade to anybody who's making $20 an hour, because we all have to start somewhere
For sure.
and we have to know our limit and play within it.
Yeah,
But if you feel that that's all you're worth, that's all you're going to strive for.
yeah,
And unfortunately, both systemically, both I don't want to go, racially, but sometimes just even environmentally, if
Yeah.
all you see is $20 an hour people, it is very hard to say I have the mindset that I can go and be even more than that.
So let me I'll share one thing that I've continuously kicked myself in the butt for.
You didn't buy
I-
Bitcoin at $20.
I don't think I dreamed big enough,
ooh,
because anything that I put on paper, anything that I've dreamt about,
Right.
I pretty much have gotten there.
yeah,
What if? What if
Yeah.
I would have dreamed bigger? What if I would have wrote down BHAG goals?
yeah.
Mhm.
What if I would have
Big, hairy, audacious goals.
look at that.
Oh, come on, man.
Look at
You
that.
know.
So think about if I would have 10x, 20x, 50x my goals, my dreams, my aspirations.
Right.
It might be a different day.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And so that's something that I at least want to put in the universe to your audience.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dream big.
yeah.
Dream big.
Yeah.
No limiting beliefs. Dream
Yeah.
big.
No
But-
limiting beliefs.
But I'm going to tell you, the dreams that I had originally were
Yes.
big for me at the time.
Absolutely.
Right.
I just did not continuously build upon them,
For
so
sure.
to speak.
And,
Right.
then sometimes those dreams actually morph into something else, because I just dreamed about running my mouth on the microphone, and then now we at CBC Live
There you go.
with two excellent individuals on the podcast,
Absolutely.
and I'm looking clean too. But
all right.
we did
Speak
cut
on
you
it.
off. So I no, first before I ask that question, go ahead, St. James. You
So
wanna
no, well,
explain
we
that?
can get to St. James in a bit because we're already on this vertical.
Stay on this wave.
Yeah, just stay on this
I
wave.
like I like
that's
this
another
wave.
story. That's another
like this
story.
wave.
I can always throw that in another time. But the premise is that we sometimes we get scared to dream. Sometimes as life starts lifing, we shelve some of our dreams, and we need to have those constant reminders. You had a mentor. A lot of people. You had a mentor.
Lots of mentors.
You had a lot of mentors.
Ton of mentors.
You got a lot of great mentors, and when I was hearing about mentors, and maybe some people who listen to this and be like, yeah, mentor, whatever, don't be dismissive of the hand that wants to see you succeed.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lot of
And
people
don't be
that,
distrusting,
yes,
not just dismissive, but distrusting.
and in today's society, we've become very, very distrusting of one another because we
Absolutely.
get exposed for a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, we're all human, and there are still some people who maybe are not perfect,
Yep.
but still want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
Because there's a sense of fulfillment if they want to be selfish about it, to say
Absolutely.
that,
Yeah.
I helped that person out.
So let's stay there for a minute, because there's also something to be said about people come in your life for a season and for a reason.
No doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
So just because you're my mentor for the last 2 or 3 years, you might not be able to help me for these next
Absolutely.
5 or 10.
Absolutely.
Right. And so people come in your life in and out for a season and for a reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about our story,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is so, you have to embrace the growth mindset. You have to dream big, and you also have to do your own individual work.
Right.
And it's amazing how it happens, but then the teacher shows up.
No,
Right.
I totally agree. And I am only here today because I am a product of individuals who held a ladder of success for me, allowed me to climb up that ladder of success,
Speak on it.
and did not look for me to look back, to come down, to come get them. They said, this is your journey, and I'm only here to help you.
Right.
And I didn't understand that until, man, maybe I was in my late 20s. I didn't know what that meant.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until I did, and it clicked. And then I said, oh my goodness. And I started looking back. I can rattle off Roger Strudler, Bill
Right.
Battle, right? Like Daryl Rasuli, the ones that I just mentioned, rest in peace, who are no longer with us. So I've had a ton of mentors, starting with my mother and my father.
Right.
But again, now I'm in a space where I say, okay, if that is how I came up, how can I now do the same thing for other individuals? And that does not mean you have to be a millionaire like St. James, you know what I mean, to come back and help individuals.
Exactly. And that's a big point. I think another big question is that where do people find some of these mentors? Because it may seem like it's not fair. And they exist in a number of different places. You know, I mean, of course, we have our schools, but sometimes the schools aren't the place to find your mentors. Maybe there's not an alignment.
Unless it's Legends Charter School in Atlanta, Maryland.
That's right.
That teach financial education.
Exactly. You know, sometimes, of course, it could be our churches as well.
Sure.
Where are some of the places that you guys found your mentors at?
How are you interviewing us on my podcast?
Well played, sir. That's usually my move, but well played. Well played.
I'm gonna let Sam go.
Yeah, well played. I was very fortunate in my corporate career to have amazing mentors throughout my journey.
Right.
I worked for a Global 500 organization for over 25 years, and I have a string of amazing managers and leaders that I worked for all the way to the end. And then I've had mentors that were been with me in different capacities from the beginning all the way to the end.
There we go.
And so through my corporate hat, my corporate job, I've been blessed with mentors and folks pouring into me.
Right on. And what was some of the most influential information that they provided for you that you keep with to this day? While you're thinking about that, where did you find your?
He's gonna say that's the secret sauce.
Okay.
That's my secret sauce. Look, bro. That's right. That's my secret sauce.
You know what? My mentor, one of my mentors, Gail Hoynes.
Yes.
It's always about the people. At the end of the day, it's always about the people. The joke was that she had a board in her basement, and she was always moving the pieces of all the different leaders and all the different folks within the region or the district or what have you. And so I think it's always been about the people. And so meeting them where they're at, understanding the talent, developing the talent, guiding the talent has stayed with me today. And I think that is definitely something that I know has helped me to get to where I am.
You're saying it's all about the people, which ties to a very, very popular parable or saying, which is you're a culmination of the 5 people that you're around the most.
No doubt.
And even if your extended network,
careful of that circle you choose.
Yeah, big time. So what about you? How did you find your mentors?
Or
how did your mentors find you?
I can never answer a question directly. I don't know why, but maybe it's my attention span. But I segregate influences in my life and mentors, and both of them have been helpful.
Okay.
So while I've had mentors who, as Sam said, come into your life for a reason and a season, but they have some type of staying power, longevity over whatever that period is, while you have people who influence you in your life. Buffalo, New York, Bennett High School. I'm a Tiger. I shout out Ben High, even though we got McKinley over here, but Ben High all day. And an influencer in my life is a white lady, skinny, ran cross country, had absolutely nothing in common.
Right.
Her name was Miss Meshach.
Okay.
I think she's
a legend. She's a legend at Ben High, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't give me the line. You're going to embarrass me on camera. Yes, she's a legend.
She's a legend.
She's a legend. Miss Meshach, she's a legend. She was my math teacher, and I used to just come to class and BS. Yeah. And one day, because I could not pay attention and then do really well on the test. And she pulled me aside one time before class even started. And then class started and she had them do the work and she pulled me out. And she literally said only a few words to me. She said, I don't know, Shamari, why you play around like this. She said, I don't offer out compliments, because she was also a very stern lady, or is a stern lady. I'm not killing the lady off. But she said, you are brilliant.
Yep.
You're absolutely brilliant, and you choose not to be. Like, you're making a distinctive choice to run with the crowd who chooses not to deep dive into their brilliance.
Right.
And I'm young, low haircut, Jules. At first, like, what is this white lady talking to me for about this? Let's just go back in class. But her persistence as an influencer in my life, she kept at it.
Right.
She kept pushing, which is shout out to the educational system. When you say, where do you meet these people? How do you find them? And in some schools, she just kept pushing. And what I did was looked inside intrinsically and said, well, what if I actually look and really start to pay attention? Now, that was specific to the school and stuff like that, because I always thought I was the shit from day one when I popped out. But her point academically was show your brilliance, bro.
Absolutely.
Show your absolute brilliance.
And unfortunately, within certain cultures right now, it's almost a scarlet letter to show that you're smart, because there are some people who may not have the mental aptitude, who may not be as smart, may not be as sophisticated, who are going to say like, yo, what are you doing, like showing out? You know, teachers pet, well, you think you're going to go somewhere?
Right.
And it's no slight to them, because we don't know their circumstances.
Absolutely.
We don't know what they're coming from.
Yep.
So it isn't a slight to them. But the thing is, you cannot be afraid to show your genius.
Oh, absolutely not.
You know, it may seem like you are going to ostracize yourself. It may seem that you're going to be the only one, but there are other people at your level. And being part of a tribe, no matter what, it is very important to our lives. It is biologically ingrained within our systems. If you are not part of the tribe, you died. Like death. Get out of there.
You need a community.
But we also have to understand that people who may not look like they are our tribe can still be friends. They can still be allies. They can still be associates. Just like what happened when she was Miss Meshach.
Yep.
All right. I had Miss Lacusa. She was
just
like,
about to ask you who was yours. You're not getting out of it.
In high school, I went to TC Pride, and I also went to Da Vinci, which was part of another subset of another school.
Smart people schools.
Exactly. And well, yes, yeah, it was
confirmed.
I was gonna let that one slide, but thank you.
Was Cerner Carroll the one on Newburgh?
It was on Lang Street. It was on Lang Street.
That was in my hood.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And it produced, as a quick and aside, TC produced the most professional athletes per capita out of any other school in Western New York.
Especially basketball.
Especially with basketball. And to play at any professional level. So it isn't about, you know, what particular school you are. It's like, well, what is your inherent skill going to be able to take you?
Yeah.
So Miss Lacusa was also the head of the business program.
Yeah.
And the curse of genius, and I'm not calling myself a genius. I sure as heck am not going to call you a genius. All right, Sam. Well, we can all aspire to be somebody someday. No,
Sam
shame.
a genius.
I know Sam is a genius. But the issue that you'll see that a lot of teachers do talk about is when they have children who are students who are not being challenged at their schools, they tend to act out. Because it's like, all right, I looked at this book, I get the principle, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll take the test, and then, you know, I'll probably get like an 80 or something. And you see this very consistently amongst a lot of high functioning children.
For sure.
All right. And sometimes it's an area of expertise. Maybe it's English, maybe it's math, maybe it's science, maybe it's history, and they remember stories very, very well.
Yes.
But the key thing is, hey, look, don't be lazy with your genius.
No doubt.
Because trust me, the most lazy genius will get his or her ass whooped by the person who works a lot harder.
No doubt.
You know, that's a rephrasing of a very popular phrase, but it's true.
People say that, but the only issue with that phrase is working hard is not sustainable. But my question, I heard Sam coming in, but my question is, like, I wreak confidence wherever I go, right? And, well, I'm going to ask the question. I'm not going to answer. I started answering the question. How do we get this message into individuals, especially the youth, to get them fueled on tapping into their brilliance, and not just tapping into it, but how do you make it actionable? What are you doing with it? The theory of action. So that's the question on the table. How do we I'm almost 50 years old. What am I? 46, 47, 48, 49, almost there somewhere. I stopped counting after 45.
Amen.
Right. But how do we get the youth to actually have this same mindset and disposition about the right things?
Because I don't want to cut you off.
Pointed at Sam. He like, that's your question.
Look, at the end of the day, you got to meet them where they are.
Okay.
And you have to engage them.
Yeah.
And you cannot use just a a broad brush because that everybody is dealing with something different,
For sure.
even at that young age.
For sure.
When we start talking about our youth,
Mhm.
and so when you can, you need to meet them individually and understand what they're dreaming about. We were
For
just
sure.
talking about dreams, and then show them what it could be.
Yeah,
But also, you need to be very clear on what it's going to feel like getting there.
I like
Right.
that.
So,
Right.
hey, if you want to be, I hate to say it, if you want to be an NBA star, then this is what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like 7 days in the gym,
Yeah.
double sessions.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
going to be sore.
Mamba
You
mentality.
all of that, right?
Right.
Because they just see the end result, not understanding everything that's happening in the back end,
Yeah.
and that all the hard work that
Yep.
needs to happen.
Yep.
So as I pivot back to our guest, so from a financial, right, from a financial perspective,
Right.
what is that hard work? Because we started with budgeting,
Ooh.
right?
Mhm.
So we started with budgeting. So now drill down on like what are those actions that people need to take to set themselves up financially to get them where they want to go.
I'm gonna double down with you though, because
It's like playing
vis-
chess.
visibility is super key. Why do young people, and I don't like saying young people because this is attainable by anybody. This
For
is
sure.
to say that if you are
What's the formula?
45, 46, 47, 48, oh,
Formula.
well, it's too late for you. No,
Nah.
anybody can take actionable steps to be at a different platitude than where they are right now,
Absolutely.
if they a positive platitude
Yeah.
of that. And we get inundated with a lot of images, a lot of sayings that say, okay, I want to live like this person over here because we see a life of affluence and opulence and being just super, super extra.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, any of these things are possible. We went to Invest Fest
Yeah.
and we saw rappers,
Yeah.
we saw a few athletes,
Yeah.
a lot of people who are in entertainment,
Yeah.
but the only two people that were businessmen were Don Peebles and Damon John from FUBU.
Mhm.
But I always looked at that and I said, okay, entertainment is fleeting and it's very hard to break through the glass ceiling. All right. I saw that over there. Music, good luck making music right now. Like the floodgates are wide open. And if somebody's ambition is to be in the music industry, I think that's absolutely awesome, but it's getting a lot harder now.
For sure.
So the most legitimate way to have the highest level of success and affluence is literally business. And I saw that. I said, well, there's homes everywhere.
Yeah.
And you can start your wealth at point one, at
Sure.
really day one. So if you change your mindset paradigm, if you change where you see yourself and who the people that you follow and who you want to be like, eventually you are going to want to acclimate. You're going to want to grow up to be like them,
Yeah.
even if you are at the age of 50.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I did a little something wrong here, but I can still pick it up. So how do you start budgeting? Everything always comes down to self-discipline, and self-discipline is a finite resource. Make no
For
which
sure.
ways or wins
For
about
sure.
it. Self-discipline, willpower, these
For
things
sure.
are
If it was
finite.
easy, everybody would do it.
Exactly. And the truth is that what you got to base down is what is your why?
Yeah.
What is your why? You know what I'm saying? I sacrificed 10 years of my life being away from my family, living on the road, sleeping in broom closets, bro,
Mm.
so that I could build up a real estate miniature empire.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I had to show them what it took.
Yeah.
So when other people see that and when they hear about it, they're like, well, that's what I got to do. Well, listen, if you are quoting, yo, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Right.
And if your ambitions are to be a rapper and for whatever reason, you're willing to stay up from 10 o'clock at night till 6 a.m. in the morning,
Yeah.
you've already demonstrated that you have that work ethic.
Yeah.
It's just your ends may not be to where where it's in alignment with where you could potentially go.
So we started with the action of budgeting, but
Okay, right.
for real, what the conversation was about is mindset.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So as we close out, I want to hear from both of you. If you had something to say to someone, and I like that you said it is the process. So you're not necessarily going to say young people because anybody can use it when you're talking growth mindset,
Truth.
wealth mindset.
Truth.
But wherever I am on that spectrum of maybe I'm struggling emotionally to be able to get there, to light that fire inside of myself. And maybe I'm all the way on the end where I don't need nobody, but there's always room to continue to grow.
Right.
If you met this person just generically, like what would be your elevator pitch to that individual to talk to them about the importance of what they need to do to have a growth/wealth mindset. 30 seconds.
Introduce yourself. Hi, my name is St. James. I really like what you're doing over here. Can I just shadow you for a little bit and figure out what it is that you do that helps you become so successful?
And you're saying someone should say that to you.
Someone should say that to someone that they one day aspire to be.
Got it. So you were saying if 50 walks up, you're giving that 30-second as a learning piece as opposed to asking for something.
If your circle has one superstar,
yeah,
it's very possible. Think of it this way. As much as I fucking hate this dude,
uh-oh.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
I'm
a Michigan fan, so I like Tom Brady, even though I'm a Bills fan. And I don't apologize.
So this
that.
was Expediting Change, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in today. But there's certain people that we come across that are beyond superstars, and they're actually usually they're a little bit sociopathic. They are so consumed with success, they are so consumed with the betterment.
Yeah.
If you are going to be around them, you have no choice, zero choice, but to become better yourself.
Yep.
I count some of you guys in this very room to be better. If I look at Cruz and I'm like, God dang, this dude got a studio now, and the freak, I better step my game up.
Yeah.
If I see Shmari, I'm like, this dude got a school.
Oh, you ain't even seen my house. I'm just joking. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm around Sam and I'm like, dang, you doing all this work in the community and the churches, it's like, yo, I got to step this game up.
For sure. Certain
people motivate people even inadvertently to become better, and you never know who is also cheering for you behind your back.
I love it. Sam, you're not off the hook.
Yeah, so if I was to walk up to someone and I don't think they're at their potential, I think it's, again, you have to
like how you phrase that.
You have to get them comfortable with you, right?
Yeah.
Because people will shut you down from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Right? And also what we're talking about, some of it is just intrinsic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So it has to come from within. And so it's really meeting them where they're at, but then trying to understand what their goals and their aspirations are.
Absolutely.
And then you have to show them.
Absolutely.
You have to show them, because if it's not in them, you're not moving them. I don't care what the speech is.
For sure.
I don't care if it's Tom Brady.
For sure.
There's people that are not coming off the couch, that are not going to stop
sure.
doom scrolling,
sure.
that are not going to stop just looking at social media and just killing time. So at the end of the day, meet them where they are, try to pull out of them where they're trying to be, show them that it's possible, and then give them tangible, bite-sized, actionable steps to get there. So don't tell them, go budget and walk away. Right. No, I need you to sit down every Sunday and write a budget.
Absolutely.
And what this looks like is 10% goes into investment, right? 30% goes into your house. Right. Another 20% goes into transportation and groceries. Another, right? And then slowly break them down, give them an example, and do it side by side with them. Because that's the other piece. We want to drop gems, drop jewels, and then we walk away. And then we want to talk about them because they didn't do it.
Absolutely.
You got to do it with them. You got to be somewhat of a parent.
That accountability.
Right? Exactly. And so sometimes it is mentorship, accountability partners, but meet them where they are. And at the end of the day, you kind of got to love on them.
Oh, absolutely. This has been Expediting Change. This conversation was absolutely fire. We really talked about financial wellness and your mental health, as opposed to specific strategies and tactics to get to the bag. But I also think we might have stumbled across something. So if they don't think we stumbled across something, and when we walk out of here, they're not on the same wavelength, because this was kind of cool. And I might have to come home. I have to come to Buffalo and run this back again. But if you take anything away from this live podcast at CBC today, take away that nobody is coming to save you. No. It's up to you. And getting to the bag, getting wealthy, getting rich is based off your mile marker and the toll gates that you set for yourself, because no one is coming to save you. So what is it that you want to do? As I hear that you have to know your why, what makes you tick, and then how, based off of your why, your morals, your values, and where you want to be in life, are you going to sit down and actually get there? This has been Expediting Change. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Keep pulling up. Follow us, subscribe, like, share, hate. I sniffle a lot. Comment. It really doesn't matter. As long as you're there, there's no bad press. YouTube, Expediting Change. Peace out. Live at the CBC. Let's go.
Ow!
Thank you.